NFL is on EA Sports as we bring you a look inside Highmark Stadium here at Orchard Park, New York. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the New York Giants and the Buffalo Bills. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Allen going to go to the air right away. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Evades him at the 10. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd and 10, Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Allen now looks to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Bills had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Well, this defense for the Giants, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the 1st. Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did, and they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Throwing now is Allen. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he is going to have a Bills first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morris. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's
he rifles one that's intercepted. There he goes right side, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
McKenzie will not return this, and it will be brought out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On play action, Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The end result, 21 yards. Here's a give up the middle. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
56.
On play action, Allen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Gano for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Giants 21, Bills nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the 6th sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On play action, they'll throw. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
2nd and 11. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
Gano's kick is good, and the route is on. It's 24-0. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now a throw here, hold in. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Now, the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. But Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And Oliver had time to run to get in there and bring him down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Gano's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Got a man. It's Tyquan Thornton. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Back to throw now on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
He'll decide to keep this once more. Shifts by him. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They're going to look to throw. Touchdown! Tyquan Thornton. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
Touchdown, Bills. Quentin Morris, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills get a bit closer. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now down to 20. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Touchdown, Giants! Wan'Dale Robinson, 28 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Gano the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, and my goodness, another interception. Picked by Julian Love, and the Giants are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Touchdown! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention. He deserves it. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
And that is caught. It's Davis. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving them... And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
to the touchdown. Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Brought down by Ed Oliver.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. Bellinger hauls it in out left side. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Right back to him on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
He's got Bellinger. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 18. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Tackle by A.J. Epinesa.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. And he'll be brought down shy of the 1st down marker at the 11. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Operating from the red zone now. Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flush to his right. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. And they'll indeed take a knee. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Giants, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll drop to 0-2, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.